get to tonight, but we begin with election night. And under an hour away, polls will officially close. We've got team coverage tonight across Central Texas.
Our Adriana Alexander is in Belton County and Adrian Carbajal is in McLennan County. Tonight, both are keeping an eye on school bonds on the ballot. So let's first check in with Adrian Carbajal, where Midway ISD is looking to its voters to approve $83.5 million in funding at the polls. The propositions focus on deferred maintenance, safety and technology, and other needs the district considers critical. Adrian?
Yeah, Lindsay Bailey, Midway ISD spokesperson Emily Parks was able to share with me that so far about 13% of Midway ISD registered parents have voted as part of the early voting process. Back in August of this year, Midway ISD's Board of Trustees unanimously approved a total of $83.5 million spread out across 3 propositions. Parks noted that the majority of the funding, $76.65 million to be exact, will be used in capital improvements to campuses district-wide. Parks says the biggest positive for voters this year is that if these propositions are passed, they will have no impact on the taxpayers in the district.
We've gotten a lot of questions on how that's possible when you have a community like Midway ISD that has a growing tax base, and our board has been very smart with their funding and planning over the years, that we have a considerable amount of capacity that we're able to fund this bond within our current tax rate. And that's regardless if the bond passes or fails. Voters are not going to see a change in the rate that they pay for their school taxes.
Parks added the district is proud to be financially responsible and not put more of a tax burden on its voters. Be sure to tune back in here again tonight at 10 as we'll have the results of what voters decided today, as well as hear from Midway ISD's superintendent. Reporting in Woodway, Adrian Carbajal, 6 News. Back to you, Lindsay Bailey.
Yeah, that's a big proposition up in McLennan County. Adrian, thank you. Meanwhile, voters in Belton are weighing in on a more than $161 million bond proposal from Belton ISD.
The district says the funds would go toward campus upgrades, security improvements, and new facilities. 6 News anchor Adriana Alexander is live outside of a polling location tonight with a look at early voter turnout and what's at stake. Adriana?
Well, Bailey, Lindsay, behind me, there is still a small line of people still coming here at one of the few Bell County locations to go ahead and cast their ballot here in Belton. And they'll be able to vote for or against 4 different Belton ISD propositions. The first being Proposition D, which is nearly $19 million plan, and it would expand the district's swim center, adding more pool space and updating locker rooms. Proposition C, estimated at $6 million, focuses on technology, providing new devices for students and staff. Proposition B, costing about $43 million, would fund a new competition stadium at Lake Belton High School and renovations to Tiger Field at Belton High. And Proposition A, the largest at nearly $93 million, would pay for much needed security upgrades to some of the district schools. Superintendent Dr. Melinda Golden told us if the bond is approved, it will come at a cost for some taxpayers.
For the average homeowner in Belton ISD, that would be around a $5.22 increase. If you're 65 or older and have your homestead exemption, there would be no impact to the tax rate.
Election Administrator Dr. Desi Roberts says more than 17,000 people casted their ballot during early voting, and that's about 6,000 more than in 2023. Now, polls do close here at 7 p.m., so people still have less than an hour to cast their ballot, and we will give you those updates at a later date. For now, in Belton, Adriana Alexander, 6 News.
Adriana, thank you. We've talked about some of the big ballot measures impacting Central Texas school districts, but there are still several other propositions being voted on across all of the state.
So here's a quick reminder of the potential impact from some of the biggest propositions on the ballot. Let's take a look. Proposition 3 would remove the ability for detainees to bond out of jail for certain violent felony offenses.
Proposition 13 would raise the homestead tax exemption rate up to $140,000. It currently sits at $100,000.
Proposition 14 would establish the Dementia Prevention and Research Fund. That fund would be given $3 billion from the Texas General Revenue.
Proposition 15 puts forward an amendment affirming that parents are the primary decision makers for the children. You can read more on all the Texas propositions at our website, kcntv.com. There's also a voting guide there, and you'll also be able to keep up with election results. So we will have that throughout the evening for you, and also back here tonight on 6 News at 10.